Hey, what's going on, everyone? Thank you for watching another episode at Investing with All I See is W. Today, I wanted to make this video to share with you my insights on personal health and just fitness and what that can do for your body. Now, let's get started. First off, I wanted to share with you the types of supplements that I take on a normal day-to-day basis, and I tend to stay away from all of the vitamins that you can buy at your local drugstore right over the counter. For example, like the vitamin pills. I feel like all of those pills are very unnecessary, where it's just all processed into a tablet form. However, you can really get natural ingredients out from eating non-processed foods. So I think of it like the 80-20 rule, right? I mean, of course, we live in America and it's hard to say no to pasta, pizza, things with heavy cheese and eggs and so forth, right? That's where I put that into the 20% bucket. However, for the 80%, that's where you want to incorporate lean eating, and that's what I mean by non-processed foods. And let's say if you can't get away from carbs, I totally understand that, right? Based on cultural aspects, then perhaps applying the carbo timing approach. Let's say if you want to minimize the amount of carbs you eat, I mean, ideally you can eat that early in the morning so that you have throughout the whole day to process it, and avoid eating carbs late at night because you might gain that extra weight on your tummy. And given this whole COVID-19 pandemic, most of us are sedentary at home, and the best we can do is really work out, and that's just going to take a lot of commitment and motivation. Now, what can you do to gain those extra percentages to feel like you can get up and do things? Well, I'm going to share with you two natural ingredients that I take, okay? And first off, let me share with you. So item number one is, so this here is Hawaiian spirulina, okay? Most of you are wondering, what is spirulina? Now, what's so unique about spirulina is that it is a cyanobacterium that has been placed on this planet even well before the human species even existed. And if you think about it, most microorganisms on this planet depend on spirulina. So, for example, fish need spirulina, whales need spirulina. So, if you think about it, I mean, a whale is a mammal too. So, that just shows you that for human species, there are good things that come out from spirulina. Now, in terms of health benefits, what does it do? It reduces stress, oxidation in your body. It helps promote good cancer cells. It eliminates cancer cells. And most importantly, it allows for you to focus, gives you so much more energy, similar to like maca, which is in Peru that's grown. Now, spirulina is such a great item, and I highly recommend getting it from an area where you know the process is clean. So, for example, I like getting the Hawaiian brand from the one that I had just shown you, based on the process for producing the spirulina. You can have bad quality spirulina as well. Now, one of the downsides with spirulina, which really doesn't bother me, is the smell. Okay, so like once you take a tablet out, it has a really stench smell, right? It kind of has like a fishy smell. Most of you would probably not like that, but my recommendation is that really doesn't matter, right? Because it's a pill form. Once you swallow it, you won't even be able to notice the smell. Now, one key aspect is it's similar to like taking a shot, right? I mean, you just don't breathe through your olfactory nose, and then you just take the pill, and once you ingest it, then you can start breathing through your nose again. So if that worries you, then that's another way. Now, item number two I wanted to share with you, which is what I take every day as well, and this is turmeric right here. And this is the Kunal extra strength brand. There's a lower dose version, but this is the 1000 milligrams. So I would recommend this version if you are already exposed to turmeric curcumin, which is the active ingredient. But there's a lower intensity brand that you can get, and that will do the job as well. I've taken, turmeric for a long time now, and that's why I feel like, going the extra strength is great. But hey, if you want the best turmeric, it'll never get better than actually growing it, right? So you can go to your local store. I've gone into my Indian store, and I've gone to like Amazon to get the best quality turmeric to grow, and it's very easy. And what you can do is you can just use like a spoon, and you can just carve off the skin once it's already ready to put into your food or drink to eat. But overall, let's say if you're a busy person where you work and so forth, then just purchasing these pill tablet forms will do significantly well in terms of just bringing out that health benefits. And turmeric, if you look on Google, just type in turmeric health benefits, you will never read anything that's bad, and it's mainly all good stuff, right? So it promotes healthy good cells, it eliminates bad cancerous cells, it helps promote focus, it has all of the vitamins, the essential micro and macronutrient and vitamins. So everything that you can think of in like a vitamin pill, it all is incorporated in turmeric and spirulina the natural way. So that's why I feel like taking the natural herbs rather than taking like an actual processed pill can really add value to your investment portfolio. And when I say investment portfolio, I'm talking about your overall health state. And to me, your health is your wealth, and that's way more important than like finances or anything, right? Because let's say at the end of the day you need a big surgery like for 500,000 without any insurance. Well, that tells you right there, health is so important, because once you're towards that end phase, the question is, will there be any significant surgeries you'll be having? And I feel like if you take these consistent approaches early on with your life, where you take it and it promotes good healthy cells and your focus level is at a different level, then you will in the end have different ways of living where your activities are different and so forth. And I wanted to share with you, okay, now that I've talked about the supplements that I take, how has it helped me transform myself from a physical standpoint, right? Like, am I improving with my weight? Am I running faster? Am I more consistent? Can I run long distance? Well, all of this was achievable by having a plan in place and being able to just start small. I recall like about 5 years ago, I was overweight, and anytime when I'd walk up the stairs, I would be breathing heavily and my ventilation threshold would just be so high. And I wasn't so confident, right? And what I did was I was just sick and tired of just being fat, and it just didn't make me feel focused throughout the day. And what I did was I decided to make a change. I started to going to the gym, just going a mile a day. And once I finished a week, I started ramping that up to 2 miles. And then once I started feeling confident with 2 miles where my ventilation threshold went down, I started running outdoor where I began ramping it up to 3 miles. Now my pacing wasn't as great. However, the fact that my weight was dropping, I felt like I was lighter. I was like running on the moon instead of like being held down with the gravitational pull due to my weight. I was able to increase my pacing. And after that, I was able to connect with colleagues who have similar interests with running, and I've learned from the avid runners, more so like just long distance. I never was exposed to long distance. I always felt like for me, if I was never running with anyone, I would just be running at 3 miles. That would be my like maximum for long distance. However, when you run with others where you see the ease of being able to run like 8 miles, 7 miles, then it really sets the bar where you're able to push forward because you're being motivated by those who do the same things that you do, and you're able to teach and learn from one another. And that's the beauty behind it, and that's what I've accomplished throughout the 4 years. I've never run a half marathon, but start of 2016 I ran my very first 3,000 feet elevation half marathon that I've trained for, and throughout the 4 years I'd say I've gone more than 10 half marathons already. So it's great just knowing that I've changed my lifestyle and that running has been a big part of my life. And what's really great is, having the support system with people teaching you how to run. So as a cycle of life, my goal is to teach you all what it does it take to get out there and run, but most importantly, actually doing it and learning from one another while you're actually running, understanding the mechanics. So I'll get more into the details later once I start making videos on the best mechanics for running. But right now I just wanted to give an overview on what does it take. Now, that's my overall success story, being able to run half marathons with the training in place. But hey, that's my personal goal. But let's say if half marathon is so much for you, a 5K is just the same, okay? 10K is just the same. It really depends on your tolerance level in terms of where you are with your shape, okay? And you can slowly build up to that. You can start small. That's the key thing. You don't want to overwhelm yourself, because once you overwhelm yourself, you'll never ever want to achieve this goal. So start small so that it's not super difficult for you, but it is challenging. You always want to push yourself, but not to the extent where it scares you, okay? To the point where you still have to problem solve, like, how do I get better at this? Now, I hope that my discussions with knowing the right supplements to take, as well as having the right focus with motivation, discipline, and consistency, I think that you can achieve anything that you want in this world, okay? And of course, what we know is, it's most important to focus on what your skills are best at. However, let's say if you're a person who's just curious about learning a lot of a little or a little of a lot, then just pursue anything. But most importantly, following a consistent approach and making sure that you take small incremental changes for the benefit of long-term success in the future. All right, now I hope this was able to add value to your personal health investment portfolio, but now I'm going to pivot over to actual finances for tomorrow, Monday. I'm going to quickly give you some insights on some tickers I feel can be great long-term investments. Okay? Now, ticker number one I wanted to share with you is going to be ABIO. Next one is AGEN. Next one is IBIO. The last two are INO, and the last one is TSLA. I'm going to stop it at that, and what I'm going to say is those are some solid biotech companies, as well as one top electric vehicle manufacturer producer, not only for electric vehicles, but for solar panels, for batteries, for future astronauts going into outer space, and that's Tesla. Okay, those are the 5 tickers that I feel can really add value. So for example, AGEN, right, it hovered up to the $5 share price range, and now it's back to the close to the $3-4 range. This is a great dollar cost at this time, because I feel like it can go up to potentially $4, $5, $6. Okay, so that's a company that may potentially bull run, as well as ABIO. IBIO, I feel like there's going to be some news coming out soon with IBIO, possibly with an IND moving forward on its IBIO 200 and 21 into the FDA clinical trials. And with INO, we're all just patiently waiting for any type of news to come out, and I'm so hopeful that that information will be released soon, the peer review at least, and then external funding, and then the uplift from the clinical hold. Now, those are the 5 tickers I wanted to share with you, and I hope that for next week you're able to make some new goals, and let's just get fit and let's make some money. All right. Thank you so much for watching another episode at Investing with All I See Is W. Thank you, and have a great Sunday.